All right, so we just played a rapid game. I'm gonna play another one. I'd like to maybe play a few tonight. There's a lot of people online these days, obviously, with what's happening around the world. A lot of, well, you could have seen a lot of people there. Let's open this one with knight f3. I still like these d4 style games, so I'm gonna stick with that. b6. It's a very early b6. Um, I suppose we just play c4. Trying to think what would be the best way. Let's just do kind of what we did in the previous game, bishop f4. Let's play very simply. I'm trying to avoid a very, let's say, theoretical kind of position. So if I played c4, maybe this could become something normal. All right, question here. Do I leave it? Do I move back? Do I take? Very often, you're told to maintain tension in the position. So like you would assume bishop g3. And you would hope that black would take you and open up your rook. But computers show that that's not always the right way to do it. In fact, taking here is quite normal and just as good, because if you think about it, this is his good bishop. It's the bishop that's not on his the same color of his pawns. And I mean, my bishop's not a bad bishop. It's already outside of the chain. I could also leave it there, and if he takes me, then I just gang up on this square. I haven't committed to c4 yet, so that's also very appealing as an idea. And in fact, have at it. If you want to do that for me, I welcome you. But yeah, I think all three options, leaving it bishop g3, takes, they're all fine. But these days I'm more inclined to, okay, so what is this? Attacking here. Is this a threat? I doubt it. I mean, no, there's no way. So I can go knight e5 now. f6 is not a problem. If queen check, I can go um, knight c3 probably. And he can't take because there's this. I think knight e5 just makes the most sense. I was going to plant this knight in on e5 anyways. I'm so skeptical of this move. Think about it. I have complete center control here. I have a piece that's already forwardly advanced. I have a bishop out. Even if I were to lose this pawn, like what did he give up to get that? Well, it looks like he gave up like over 3 tempi, and that's like the general rule that you hear is that a pawn is worth 3 tempi. I don't know who to accredit that to, but that's something that I've heard before. And I think just knight c3 takes, and then I can, start giving him real problems to work through here. Again, this pawn is immune. I have a bishop check and a discovered attack. My rook is not in danger. So now I'm threatening here. He can give check here. And perhaps he should. Maybe this was even hasty. I could have also played knight d2, let him take, but then he could have maybe taken here. I'm not, no, I don't think there's anything wrong with what I've done. But actually, I'm starting to get more skeptical because maybe he just runs away. I forgot about this move. This I'm not worried about. Maybe now I make an effort to ensnare his queen. That's the sound. In the last video, I talked about keeping my computer on mute so that you don't hear notifications in the background, like my Facebook there, but I forgot to turn it off again, so oh well to that. If I play here, his queen actually has no squares. And then maybe I castle and bring my rook. It's a multi-move plan. I'm not worried about him playing here. I would have check, take the bishop, and then take here. So Yeah, so let's play here. I think this is looking pretty good. So yeah, 2-move plan here. And your queen is in the hot seat. So already, like, if he castles here and I play rook e1, what does black do? I genuinely don't. I think it's over now. This queen is going to have to give itself up for a rook. Yeah, this is too little too late. So he'll get two things for the queen. Like, okay. And he should take this one. And also, I probably could have played knight d6 and just gone after the piece. I'd already spent a bunch of time here, so I didn't want to overthink it. But it's very possible that knight d6, threatening to take the bishop and then win the knight, would have been just as strong. But then maybe the knight moves back, and then I have to think about, okay, now c3 is not defended anymore, so I'm not actually trapping the queen. So this is the safe way to go. So take on a1 because this displaces my queen, and then take the knight. And I should look to see if there's something better than just capturing the pawn. Probably isn't. So takes here. Of course, I'd like to make an attack on the king side here at some point, but this seems most reasonable. Knight comes in here. First thing I thought about was whether or not I could trap the rook, but I can't. This knight's coming to this square. I think my bishop has to come back anyways, so let's do that now, because all these knight moves would have made it go back, so it's kind of like play the moves that you have to make and then play whatever's left. I would like my rook to... he can make defense pretty easily. Maybe actually it's time for c4. I could have started with c4. Well, that's not the way to go. That's a free knight, my good sir. Okay, this is this now like anti-chess? You should, if you ever have black's position, I implore you to just resign and save 5 minutes or 10 minutes of both of our lives. I'm only hesitating here because I'm not sure what because he's going to play it out. I want to make sure that I just knock him out. But yeah, no real reason to overthink it. That's a freebie. I'll just start, I guess, cleaning house, as they say. Okay, this is a very powerful pawn. No reason to open up his pieces. It's starting to look very awkward for black. I'm sorry, pausing again here. I really like to get my knight here and then sacrifice and then do some sort of mate. Seems a little extravagant. Okay, but what I can do is go here, bishop here, knight here. That looks pretty good. And there's knight d6, actually. Then f5, like, okay. Wow. Well, I guess at this point, There might actually be a quick knockout here. King back, knight check, king back, knight check. I take the rook. What is this? Come on. Okay, well, this is a dual threat. Okay, yeah, now we see resignation. Very weird to play that out like that, to be down this much material, especially after the knight. I mean, I could understand you've got a queen for a knight and a rook. All right, play on. But when it's just the queen for a rook and all your pieces are, it's like you're setting up for the next game. No reason to play on. So let's analyze that really quickly. Yeah, b6 is a very weird move order. One thing I was thinking about is maybe, no, even here c4 has got to be good because this isn't a direct transposition to, normally you might see like, well, I'll just make some new moves on the board here. So it looks like, yeah, this whole computer analysis, it was broken on the previous game as well. You see this position a lot. This is a much better version of b6 because there's no d pawn already on d5. But I mean, okay, if all the pieces get developed to some, let's say, reasonable squares, then b6 might be okay. The bishop can sit, even if the pawn blocks it. It offers some control over the center. But to start with b6 is odd because it's like you've just opened up this bishop this way, and then okay, so you've changed your mind, but your bishop is staring at the back of your own pawn here, and it's usually not developed out to a6. Doesn't make a lot of sense to develop it there. And if you did develop it to a6, I would not move this pawn. I would just develop my bishop out this way. So yeah, I thought bishop f4 was a decent response. c4 would have been a decent response. I can even throw on the opening book here. Yeah, c4. So we're not going to see this in the Masters database. There's one game, and c4 was played. Wow. Okay. Played a long time ago. So yeah, c4 would have been a move. Bishop f4. Also a good move. I haven't done anything wrong. This is a bit awkward for London system style setups. Not really, actually. It could transpose into something else, but I was just delaying c4 to see what he does. e6, e3. Yeah, bishop d6. Oh, I guess the fourth option that I didn't consider was knight e5. Knight e5 would have been a good move, actually. Again, I hate it when there's a move I didn't consider. It's an opportunity lost or an opportunity for your opponent overlooked. So that pattern, I should try to cement that pattern in my mind as a possibility. I don't know if I would have played it. And I certainly don't think that what I did was wrong. Bishop d3. Like, what does the computer think here? Computer actually likes bishop d3. Yeah, there's like nothing to fear with taking it. Black has wasted a move. Black is helping you to cement your pieces here. Like, okay, I'm going to leave this on because I'm really curious about the evaluation of what happens in a second here. And this is just so greedy. Yeah, I like knight e5. Queen b4. Yeah, I was wondering if maybe this is actually, maybe you need to let the computer think here for a second. Maybe the way to stop the greedy play was not by playing knight e5. Although knight e5 is certainly normal. I knew that by playing knight e5 I forgo this, yeah, queen d2. Queen d2 came to mind, but I was trying to play more efficiently. But yeah, queen d2 obviously stops here and protects here. So if I were to do this again, you can probably hear that noise. When I turn the computer on, the fan on my computer kicks up. Maybe it's too much on my poor old computer here. But I'll leave it on for the moment. Still, you can see like, okay, so even though I'm going down a pawn, like what's the computer's evaluation? Not less, it's still less than a pawn, objectively, which means that there's compensation. And of course there is. Like, look at, I'm gonna have some pieces out doing some things. Knight b5, knight a6. Oh, whoops, rook b1. I missed something. Okay, c3 is also good. So I didn't miss anything per se. But this apparently is most forcing. Interesting. So castles. So the queen, I guess, just isn't escaping here either. Let's just make a normal move. I want to see. Ah, queen c1. Very clever. Covers the square, and the rook will cover all the other squares. So yeah, so here we're gunning for this square. Now c3. This is a very clever way of doing it. I would not have found that in a rapid game. In a classical game, I would have considered every option to find the most critical knockout blow. c3 is just normal enough. It cuts all the squares are cut out, and I had a plan, so I should go for it. And the difference between +4.5 and +6 is not very much. They're both winning. So yeah, I'll look at the computer just a little more here. Yeah, still rook b1 and then queen c1, just this alternate way of trapping the queen. Didn't come to mind. Yeah, at this point it's the same number of moves. c6, rook e2. So there were better moves than bishop takes. Bishop d3. Yeah, okay. I was saying in the game that maybe I had c4 before bishop d3, but I don't like that either. But yeah, c4 here, or just take on f5. c4 is actually not such a great move. Maybe I'm being a bit careless here. This is why I was curious what the computer would say. It's actually, I'm up material. Yes. But black is consolidating. I have to prove something here. g4 came to mind. I should have considered that more strongly. Knight moves back, then maybe I bring my queen over. Yeah, certainly not this though. This, no, it's resign time. Yeah, when you're at +10 territory, that's resign time. So, alright. Thank you for watching. Hope you learned something from that. It's so yes, I had some blunders here, but they're high quality blunders. Well, this one's maybe not high quality, but blundering the way that you trap the queen is not is what I would call a high quality blunder. There are many ways to trap a queen, as the old saying goes. So yeah, for the future though, I might need to maybe just take it more slow. I'm already up in material, not material, in time, in position. I have this very strong outpost. Taking a moment here just to consolidate everything, not a big deal. This queen will become a target in the future. So that's what I'm taking away from this game. Hope you have your own takeaways, and I'll see you in the next game.